So coming to a comfortable seated position. Take a few more moments to sort out your seat, getting grounded through the sitting bones, and using something underneath your sits bones if you need a little extra softening for the hips and the knees. Allow a natural elevation of the spine to effortlessly unfold. You can think about spaciousness between the vertebrae, almost like there's a little cloud between each vertebrae, so it's just floating. There's very little effort that has to take place to in that long and lengthened position. Crown of the head extending up towards the sky. Taking a few moments to just notice the sounds that are around you. Hear the sounds in the space where you currently find yourself. Mixing with the sounds that are coming from my space. You can hear sounds that come from humans, and sounds that come from nature, all mixing together in a beautiful soup. Aware of the breath that is already flowing through you. On these waves of breath, ride vitality, your life force prana. Each inhale fills you, feeling prana expanding in the body. And each exhale feels like a surrendering or an emptying of anything that you need to let go of. And the inhalations, feeling a sense of freedom and expansion. And on the exhales, that emptying, that surrendering, but also a place of strength as you gently contract pelvic floor muscles. Let the inhalations be this vitality that rises up. And the exhales, the surrendering of what you want to let go of. Now take a deeper breath in, fill yourself all the way up. Open mouth, exhale, sighing out, cleansing breath, letting go. Breathing in. Sighing out. And do that one more time. Fill yourself up and up and up and up. Vitality, life force, rising up. Exhale, clearing, emptying, opening space. So if you're up on something really high, slide on down so you're a little bit more grounded. And then hands to the shins as you inhale and lengthen, a little lean forward and begin to circle around the hips. So the spine just stirring around. Allowing yourself to slowly open up the hips and the sacrum. Filling space in the spine, the shoulders. And there's no right or wrong way, just moving with the breath, smooth and flowing. And come on back to center. Take a moment to pause there. Intensification of that life force energy rising up. Inhale and lengthen, a little lean forward, and then starting to circle in the opposite direction. Creating balance as you circle out opposite way. Making your way slowly back to center. Once you're center, that effortless length of the spine, those little clouds between the vertebrae, floating, rising, lifting the crown of your head up. Take a breath in. Exhale, sighing out. And now interlace the fingers. You're going to slide all the way to the right to the base of the fingers. Thumbs will point up, palms facing in, and rest the palms gently on your heart, softening the shoulders away from the ears. And as you hold this mudra for energy rising, or liberation of the spirit, take a moment to say a mantra. I trust myself and the loving energy of the universe. I trust myself and the loving energy of the universe. One more time to yourself. Deep breath in. Exhale, sighing out. Releasing the hands and then sweeping them up and overhead. Big inhale. And as you exhale, rotate to the right, taking spinal twist. Spine is long. Hold steady. Gently turning head to the right. Breathing here, long, smooth breaths at the front line of the body, into the throat. As you exhale, find that place of strength. So as you surrender what you want to release, no longer hold on to, find strength at the roots. Mula Bandha. Pelvic floor muscles, lower abdominals contract. Good. Unwind head, unwind body, back to center. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, twisting to the left and holding here steady in the twist. Gently turning head to the left. Long inhales. Full yogic breath rises up through the front line of your body into your throat. As you exhale, place of strength. Each inhale, that renewal of vitality and energy. Each exhale, a surrendering of something that you want to let go of into your place of strength. Wind head, body back to center. Pausing for that small taste of energy rising up. Breathe it through. Rolling forward now onto hands and knees. Coming into table position. Curl the toes under for a little extra grounding. On your inhalation, drop belly, lift tail and chest. And on your exhalation, press and round. Taking a few more rounds with your own breath, cat and cow. Completing one more round. Coming back to center and start to take that laterally, looking over right shoulder towards right hip and center, and left shoulder, left hip, and just continuing to move back and forth. So that nice little stretch in between the ribs, opening up the neck. Complete the round that you're on and back to center. And then taking the chin towards the throat. Rotate the head so the right ear comes towards right shoulder. Drop the chin down. And left ear towards left shoulder, making some half circles. Just massaging out the space of the neck, the sides of the neck. if that's feeling really good, then you can take it all the way around in one direction a couple times. Come back to center and then changing directions. If it feels like too much, just continue the half circles for a few more moments. And back to center. And then now sit back onto your heels with the toes curled under, opening up the soles of your feet. And as you take a moment to pause here, you can return to the mudra, interlace the fingers, bringing the fingers all the way to the base, thumbs pointing up and resting on the chest. Feel energy releasing from the stretch in the feet. Big opening for soles of feet and toes. Sliding the hands apart, returning down the hands and knees, untuck the toes, give a little tap. And walking the hands forward for downward facing puppy. Stretching back, the tail to the sky. And as you breathe, try to breathe into the back side of the heart so you feel the ribs really expand. Breathing, inhaling, opening backside heart all the way up into the armpits. As you exhale, find that place of strength and continue a few more rounds. Slowly begin to bring the hands in just about one hand width and curl the toes, lifting up and back for downward facing dog. Pedaling out through the feet, the knees, open up the feet, the ankles, the calves. Feel that all the way up into the hamstrings. And then come to center, soften the knees, press the chest back towards the thighs, and see if you can find that expansive breath, backside heart, opening up into your wings. Inflating the upper back as you inhale, exhale from that place of strength. One more time, inhalation. As you exhale, slowly lower the knees towards the ground. Hover round through the upper back. Resist the knees away from the ground. Feel the heat in your center. Let the knees come down now. Untuck the toes, walk the hands forward. And this time, Anahata Asana, melting heart down towards the earth. Press into the hands, lifting up, walking up and back. Cat and cow. Two times, take that side to side. Nice and slow, follow the rhythm of your own breath. Come back to center, walking the hands forward, downward facing dog, curl the toes, lifting up and back. And pedaling out the feet if you need. You could try bending one knee, coming across, a little bit more lateral space. And then switch sides. And once you're centered, come up onto your tippy toes, really lengthen the tail up to the sky, pressing chest back to thighs, and soften the heels down towards the ground. Legs are straight. You can always rebend the knees if that's too much. And then breathe into the backside of your heart. See if you can get that to fill all the way to the shoulders and the neck. Inhale and lengthen. On your exhale, knees hover, round through the upper back. All the way down to the ground. Take a moment to sweep the arms back. Full child's pose, shoulders soften, forehead on the ground. If it doesn't make it to the ground, use something to rest your forehead so that you get full release of head, neck, and shoulders. As you take a few moments to breathe here, see if you've managed to liberate anything from the physical body. So if there was some tightness, if there was some stuckness, if there were some places that felt tired, see if you're already liberating those spaces, moving towards freedom. In yoga, this is moksha. First, we liberate body, and we liberate breath, and then liberation to the spirit. Come back up, and sweep forward, up the hands and knees, curl the toes, lift the hips. Find your downward facing dog, knees bent or legs straight. On the inhalation, stretch it back. On the exhalation, you're gonna bear walk your feet to your hands for a little extra stretch in the hamstrings. Bringing the feet between the hands. Soften the knees a little bit. Take a hold of the big toes. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, soften knees, soften elbows, crown of the head towards the floor. Inhale, straighten legs and arms. Spine is straight. Exhale, folding in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Good. And soften the knees, and from the pit of the belly, chin tucks towards the throat, rounding up. Once you're up there, roll your shoulders. And take them the opposite way. And then stand in your mountain pose. So nice and steady, soles of the feet down into the ground, palms facing forward. Maybe you're getting a sense of the breath being liberated as it flows freely, sweetly, evenly. Full yogic breath, front of the body. Collarbones lift, energy in the throat. As the exhalation surrenders, you also find your strength. And gently open the eyes. Take your feet a little farther apart, beginning a 3-part breath. So the way this works is you soften the knees a little bit. It's going to be a 3-part inhale, and I'm going to demonstrate. It's inhale, 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 exhale. And it looks like this. Joining in. Keep it going. I love this breathing technique, this 3-part inhalation and a big exhale out through the mouth. You look like a conductor. So you have the idea of conducting your life. What do you want to bring forward into your life with all of this energy that you're working on in this pranayama? A couple more times. One more time. Good. And then slowly roll yourself back up. Coming to stand in your mountain pose. Gently close the eyes if you feel steady. Energy through the whole body, but not tension. Eyes turning up to the space between the eyebrows. Feel your vital life force rising up. Breathe it deeply into every cell. The goal of yoga is moksha, victory to the spirit. Feel the energy you've already liberated. On your next inhalation, circle the arms up. Exhale, diving forward. Inhale and lengthen. And planting the hands, stepping back to plank. Take a moment to push the floor away, hollow out the body. Take the hips a little lower, suck the belly in, Jalandhara Bandha, chin towards the throat. Lift the head, breathe in. As you exhale, lower knees, chest and chin. Scooping through, inhaling, low cobra, neck is long. And as you exhale, come through all fours. Curling the toes, lifting the hips, downward facing dog. Breathe into the back of your heart. Extend the right leg long and straight. Hips are closed, right hip points down, extend. And then right foot forward between the hands. Lower the back knee down. Take a moment to breathe here. Opening up the front of the left hip. Spine is long. As you rise up, scissor the inner thighs together so you become more lifted. Reach the arms up, stretching back. Breathing in. As you exhale, bring hands to heart center, rotating left elbow to right knee. Spinal twist. Now lift the back knee. And rotating the hands center, bringing the hands down to the ground, straighten the front leg. Back heel is lifted for a little bit of relief on those front hamstrings. Inhale, lengthen spine, exhale, fold. 2 more times. So shift the weight a little forward so you can soften front knees, step back to plank. Lower the hips 2 inches, suck the belly in, find Jalandhara Bandha, chin tucks to the throat. Lifting the head, breathe in. As you exhale, Ashtanga Namaskar, knees, chest, and chin. Slither forward a little higher in your cobra. And with straight legs, pressing back, downward facing dog. Extending the left leg long and straight. Being very long on the front side body. Left hip points down as you extend the leg high, breathe in. And bringing the knee forward, and then left foot between the hands. Lower the knee. Breathe into any tightness you feel in your front right hip. Get really strong as you pull the inner thighs towards one another, lifting up. Good. Inhale, stretching back. Exhale, hands to heart. Rotating so the right elbow comes to the left knee. And now lifting the back knee. Come back to center, plant the hands, keep the back heel lifted as you straighten the front leg. Inhale, flat back, exhale, fold. Continuing to flow through a few more times. Nice opening for left side hamstrings. The next time that you find the flat back, soften the front knee, plant the hands, step it back. And last time with this extra core work, lower the hips 2 inches, suck the belly in and up. A little bit of cat in the upper back. Find the chin towards the throat. Lift the head, shift a little forward, full chaturanga. Rising to cobra or up dog. And pressing back, downward facing dog. Take a nice big inhale as you stretch back. And then step the feet about halfway to the hands, maybe a little bit less, depending on how your hamstrings are feeling tonight. You're gonna reach left hand across, bending left elbow so you can look up and underneath right side arm towards the sky. Rotating through the upper part of your spine. Really nice stretch also for the neck. Unwind back to center. And then taking the opposite side. Unwind back to center. And those bear walks. That nice stretch in the backs of the legs as you step feet to the hands. Taking a hold of the big toes, inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. 2 more times. And release the toes, bend the knees, and from the pit of the belly, roll on up. As the last thing to rise and rolling the shoulders. Take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. Inhale, lift the chest. Tail stays long. Let the breath help to open up pectorals, open up space in the throat. Releasing the hands, finding mountain pose. On your next inhale, arms reach up. Urdhva Hastasana, upward salute. Diving forward. Uttanasana, forward fold. Finding your flat back, lengthen, plant the hands, step on back. And breathing in as you breathe out, Chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Extend the right leg long and straight, bending at the knee and stack the hip. Nice opening. Feel that in the right side quadriceps, right side hip, pelvis. Sweeping up. Right foot between the hands, high on the ball of the back foot, crescent lunge. Feel that extension through the arms. Shoulders soft at the top so you can get longer through the arms and the thumbs stretch back. Breathing here. And as you exhale, rotating to the right and an open arm twist. On your inhale, come center. On your exhale, same direction, rotate right. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, rotate. One more time, breathing in. As you breathe out, stay. Bringing the right hand to the left thigh, left arm reaches to the sky. Big stretch, front left side body. Rotating, warrior two. Energy through the arms, strong gaze out over the front fingertips. Good. On your inhalation, straighten front leg, turn the head, reach up. As you exhale, like you're pressing through water, strong into your warrior two, continuing to flow. One more time. Good, breathing here. And then reverse to open the front side ribs, extending right fingertips to the sky. Breathe into the front right rib cage. Rising up, warrior two, strong arms, take a breath. And rotating hands down, step back, your flow. Using high to low push-up, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog, or your variation that feels right for your body in this very moment in time. Extending left leg long and straight. And get the length, and then bend at the knee and stack the hip. Sweeping up. Left foot plants high on the ball of the back foot. Arms sweep up. Get strong and steady in the back leg. The heel is lifting to the sky. Tail is long. Breathing in. And now begin to rotate. Your inhales lengthen. Your exhales rotate left. Continuing to flow. Breathing in. Breathing out. Twisting left. One more time. And this time, stay. Left hand down, right arm reach. Rotate open, warrior two. Find the strength in your legs, deep bend in the front knee, energy through the arms. And now starting to flow, straighten the front leg, straighten the arms. And as you exhale, pressing into warrior two. Find your strength, find your steadiness, and breathe. One more time. Finding warrior two, bring the back hand down, stretch the left arm up, reverse warrior, and breathe into left side ribcage. Use your breath to liberate that space in the ribs. Rising up, strong and steady, big breath. And as you exhale, hands come down, flowing through. Downward facing dog, breathe and lengthen. Can you find the breath full into that backside heart, opening up space? And extending right leg up, bending, stacking. This time, see if you can spin the knee up to the sky. More space in the pelvis. And sweeping up. Planting right foot between the hands. Arms sweep up, crescent lunge. And breathing in. As you exhale, rotate and reverse. Warrior two. Inhale, straighten front leg. Exhale, press. And now reverse. And take that back arm and wrap around your waist. Now straighten the front leg. So you're in a reverse triangle. Breathe. We're going to start to extend forward. Soften the front knee a little bit, bringing the fingertips down to the ground. Take a little hop. Working your way into this half bind and half moon pose. Option to stack the hips. And now open up. And maybe come to your pointer finger. Maybe you float. Slowly step on back, warrior two, breathe in. And reverse. Warrior two. Arms float down. Option to flow or just transition to downward facing dog. Listen to your body. Once in down dog, take a few smoothing breaths. Reaching the left leg long and straight. Bending at the knee, stacking the hip, and spinning knee to sky. Sweeping up. Left foot between the hands, high crescent lunge. And breathing in. And as you exhale, twist. Reverse. Opening up. And reversing here. And then bringing that right hand behind for half bind. Press the front leg to straight. And now finding this variation of triangle pose, reverse. Sweeping the arm forward, softening the knee. And here's where you take that little leap. Take your time, there is no rush. Maybe you stack the hip. And then opening back up. See if you can find the weight just on that tip of the index finger. And this is just time to play. See if you can float. Softening front knee, back to warrior two. Reverse. Rising up. Take that breath. And then the hands spin down. Find your flow. And take a nice big inhale as you lengthen. On your exhale, knees come down, but you hover. All the way down and finding your child's pose. Maybe you want to go a little deeper, sweeping the arms back, forehead to the floor, full surrender. Walking the hands forward and coming onto the knees so you can curl the toes under and gently sit back. Option to take the mudra, interlace the fingers all the way to the base, thumbs point up, hands rest at the heart, shoulders soften. I trust myself in the loving energy of the universe. The goal of yoga is moksha, victory to the spirit. And sliding the hands apart, coming onto the knees, walk the hands forward, melting hearts. Surrender the back side of your heart. Melt the front side of your heart. And pressing into the hands, walking the hands back, and finding downward facing dog. High on the tippy toes, get really long, tailbone points to the sky, breathing in. As you exhale, soften the heels down to the ground. Taking the feet as wide as your mat, maybe stepping a little bit forward. And then reaching left hand across to right ankle, deepen that twist. So maybe go a little deeper this time. Rotating left elbow bends, looking up at the sky. Left hand to the mat. Take a breath. And then opposite side, right hand reach across. Wind back to center, breathing in. Coming up onto the tippy toes, and as you jump, take the feet to Malasana. Toes turn out, hands to heart. Really using this to allow the lower back to open, tailbone points towards the ground. And then using the strength in your legs, draw the belly in and press into the soles of your feet and fly on up, reaching up and bringing hands to heart center. Stepping the feet together for mountain pose. Each inhale, that vitality, life force energy rising up. Each exhale, surrendering what you need to let go of, but from a place of strength. Bringing the hands to the hips. Bending at your right knee and catching the foot or the ankle, knees draw together. Lengthen the tail for a deep stretch in the quadricep. Releasing the hold on the ankle and then bringing the knee into the chest. Good. Now bring the knee right at hips height. Start to round yourself forward, opening up that backside heart as you interlace the fingers at the sole of the foot. And maybe this is where you stay. So this is great for opening that backside heart. Breathe into it. If you want to work on a little bit more balance and deep stretch in the hamstring, kick the right heel forward. Gaze is forward towards the toes as you start to bend the elbows. You can stay right here if you want to play with balance, forehead towards the shin. And slowly beginning to rebend the knee. Bringing the foot down to the ground and rise on up. Find the steadiness and let the sensation release from the left side leg as you breathe. And bringing the hands to the hips. Bending at the left knee, catching foot or ankle. Give a little squeeze of the knees together as the tailbone lengthens, opening that front side left leg. And releasing the hold of the ankle and bring the knee up towards the chest, towards the belly as you hug in. It gives you a good release there in the hip flexor and that softening of that space. All right, lower the knee to the hip, rounding forward, really hollow out the belly, interlace the fingers, really nice tight interlace there at the sole of the foot. And then you can stay right here, breathing into the back of your heart or kicking the left leg forward and just see how it feels. Maybe you want to keep your gaze up towards the toes. Maybe you start to bend the elbows, going a little deeper. And if you go for the balance, don't worry if you fall. It doesn't matter. Just working on that try. Working on finding the steadiness. And if you lose your balance, you just start again. Slowly beginning to bend and come to stand. Finding the steadiness on both feet and letting the sensation release from the right leg as you stand in mountain pose and breathe. What have you liberated from your legs? Let it release, let it go. Turn the toes out. Hands at the heart center. Now this time using your strength to pull yourself down into Malasana. You can always use a block to sit if you need. Just put the block under the sits bones. And then you're releasing from strength and just working it there at the opening. Softening tail down towards the ground. We allow that space of the hips to soften, sacrum to soften. And slowly, with control, bringing the bottom down to the ground. Extend out through the right leg, and then gently tucking the left foot behind. So you're going to have a fold here, stretching that space of the quadriceps. And then listen to your body. So if that doesn't work for you, you can always bring the sole of the foot here to rest on the ground. Now bending at the right knee and reaching for the sole of the foot so you can lengthen right leg up. So here's the modification with the foot on the floor. You're going to rotate open, left hand holds outside of right foot. And if you want to have that in the half hero's position, then the knee is bent and you rotate here. Chest is lifting. Back of right leg stretching, front of left leg stretching. Find that lift of the chest. Slowly beginning to unwind back to center. Keeping the left leg bent and the right leg extended. Starting to lower yourself back into a half reclined hero's pose. So you can stay on the elbows or you can release all the way back. Now if that feels like a little bit much, feel free to use a block or a bolster to support at the shoulder blades so that you can open more fully into the pose. Very slowly, beginning to tuck chin to throat if you went all the way down. And walking yourself up. Lean over to the right hip and then unwind. Bringing the left leg forward. Flexing the feet. And then pointing the toes. So you're just giving a little release there to the Achilles, the ankles. All right, rotating over towards the left hip, you can fold here so that the right knee is bent. And remember, the modification would be right foot on the floor. Starting to bend the left knee so you can interlace the fingers at the sole of the foot, extending up. And here's where you're rotating. So you're taking right hand outside, left foot really long through the spine, opening. Slowly unwind back to center and lowering the left foot down, extend the leg out. And now you're coming back into this half reclined hero's pose, Supta Virasana, but taking only the half variation. Remember to use something under your spine if you need more support. slowly tuck the chin towards the throat, finding Jalandhara Bandha as you walk yourself up. Roll into the left hip, unwind at the knee, and then shake it out. Pointing, flexing. And you're going to take a moment just to sit in easy seat. See how that feels to sit. You can always take something to lift the hips if you need. Moving into Brahmari breath. So bringing the fingertips to the face, and you can just gently splay the fingers out over the face. There's not really a right or wrong way, so don't overthink it too much. But you want to be able to close off the ears gently with the thumbs, and then resting the fingertips on the rest of the face. So Brahmari is B breath, and you'll be making a humming sound like this. Your ears will be gently closed and you'll have the mudra, the fingertips over the face. You inhale and on the exhale you hum. So we'll begin that now. And I'll let you know when we're finished, so don't worry about that. Gently closing off the ears, breathe in. Completing one more round. Complete one more round. And when you are complete, the hands will come to rest on the lap. Take a moment to pause. Once you are released and hands on the lap, turn the eyes to the space between the eyebrows and hear the reverberation. In the silence, there is still that echo, the vibration of sound. Gently open the eyes. And I'm going to offer you two different variations of full Supta Virasana, reclining hero's pose. The first variation, the knees are together and the feet are apart and the bottom sits down. And then from there, you recline back. So this is a more intense variation. The bottom has to come down between the feet and you slowly begin to release yourself back. Okay, so that's one variation. And then if you need something more gentle for your knees, then you take the big toes together and the knees wide. And you begin to walk yourself back. Once you're on your heels, lift your hips and tuck the tail, and then down you go. And then you're more than welcome to use your bolster or your block to support as you come all the way back. Now, if one of those two variations does not feel appropriate for you, then you can always use the half variation we were working on earlier. This is a beautiful back bend. Feel that open space of the heart and the throat. Open through the whole front side of your body. Breathing now deeply into front side heart as the back side heart softens. Slowly use your hands if you need to help, tucking chin towards the throat. You can hold the edges of your mat to help walk yourself up. And then slowly lowering down to the side and bringing the legs out in front. So as the legs extend forward, you're going to just take a moment for your knees. You might need to massage them a little bit. Circle the feet in one direction. That will help to soften and loosen the knees. And then take the opposite way. Good, point and flex. And then pulling the flesh away. Really get up on the sits bones. And if you feel any sensation still in your lower back from the back bend, then you're going to place something underneath your seat. Using some dynamic movement here. Inhale, reaching the arms as you exhale just a little bit forward, belly button towards the thighs. Inhale, find extension. Exhale into the folds. And continue, you're just going nice and easy. Taking some time for those lower back muscles to soften after the back bend. Good. Now, if you are feeling like you have freedom and space in your lower back, come all the way into the folds. And if you're feeling some catching or sensation there, then you can continue to just take that gentle dynamic movement a couple inches forward and a couple inches back. If you come forward and you can hold the big toes, feel free to anchor there on the inhalation. You find that extension. On the exhalation, belly to the thighs, soften forehead towards the shins. Taking Paschimottanasana, full forward fold. Now again, softening, opening backside heart. Slowly beginning to walk yourself back up. Bending at the knees and onto your back. Really honoring where your body is at this moment. You may like to take a supported bridge for your inversion. You may find something else sounds really wonderful, like shoulder stands. But your body is very well suited in this moment to plow pose, pretty much the opposite or upside down variation of what you were just doing. So knees into the belly, using the abdominals to lift the hips, toes to the ground. Walking the hands to the lower back. You'll find a natural expression of Jalandhara Bandha, lifting the chest towards the chin. And if you like, you can take one arm and then the other, reaching up for the feet. And bringing the arms alongside. And the knees come around the ears. Very slowly re-straighten the legs and start to roll down, one vertebra at a time. And once you're on the ground, you're going to scoot your hips to the right, hug the right knee in, and very gently bringing the right knee across. So shift to the outside edge of the left hip, rotating open into spinal twist. And if you like, you are certainly welcome to straighten the top leg, hold the outside edge of the right foot with the left hand, getting a deeper stretching sensation in outer right hip. And you could even bend at the left knee and you create this kind of boomerang shape. Taking your spinal twist where you feel perfect, released, at ease. And releasing that bottom foot. And rebending. If you straighten the top leg, turn the head to center, bring the hips back to center. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Take a moment to just be. Creating balance, equanimity as you take the opposite side, shifting hips over to the left side of your mat. Wiggle yourself over. And then bringing the left knee across. Shift so you're on the outer part of your right hip as the left knee comes across and opening up through left arm. Now you can deepen this twist as feels appropriate to you. The first option, straightening out the top leg and taking a hold of the left foot with the right hand. It's going to give you a pretty deep stretch on outer left hip, IT band. See how that feels. And then you have the option to bend the bottom knee, catching the bottom foot with the left hand and creating this boomerang shape. Whatever shape that you've chosen, settle in and breathe. If you're holding the bottom foot, slowly, gently release. Release it. And the top foot, bending the knee. Come up and over, center the hips. With the arms open wide, breathe in. Breathe out. Just be. Practice of yoga opens the body. It opens the breath. And it opens the mind. Creating a resiliency in your spirit. Energy to propel you forward into that freedom and liberation of moksha. Bring the knees in towards the rib cage, arms wrap around the shins, very gently rocking from side to side. An option to hold edges of feet as the soles of the feet move up towards the sky, or big toes, and taking a few rocks. Completely free in your child's pose. Maybe one leg wants to straighten, and then the other. Take as much time as you need until your body feels prepared and ready to completely release into Shavasana. When you are ready, to take all the time that you need. The legs will straighten, placing something under the knees to support the lower back if you like. Placing something under the head to support the neck if you like. And then settling into full surrender. make sure that you're going to be warm enough as you rest here. The body will continue to cool down as you continue to surrender. Finding this freedom now of letting go. There's nothing left to do. You are not the doer. There is nothing left to be. You are completely free and released. Surrender your body and your breath. Surrender your thoughts. Find that cloud, a cloud of yoga, floating here. Liberated, spirit set free, and let yourself rest. Slowly starting to bring awareness back. Find your body resting here on its cloud of yoga supporting your body. Finding that light quality as well in your breath. Just noticing the breath that is already flowing through. No need to change in any way. As you come back to body, come back to breath, notice what has been liberated for you and throughout practice. Maybe more space in this body. Maybe more smoothness and quality of breath. Maybe you've managed to touch on that expansive quality of freedom, experiencing yourself as spacious awareness, open and free. Into whatever you have liberated, a deep breath, filling up. And deep breath out, emptying, surrendering completely. Take some movement in fingers and toes, hands and feet, some rotation at the wrists and the ankles. Just stretching arms away from feet, landing fully back into your body. Bending at your knees and rolling to the side, curl up there for a few breaths. That transition time. Each step of the way, noticing freedom. And pressing the palms into the earth, using arms to come up to sit. And find your comfortable seat, light and free, space in the spine. Sliding the fingers together, let the thumbs point up, palms rest at the heart. I trust myself in the loving energy of the universe. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, sighing out. Breathing in. Sighing out. And inhaling to our own. Feel the vibration, the resiliency of the entire universe contained within your body. And press palms together at your heart. We'll take a moment of gratitude for this practice that guides us to know less and complete liberation of the spirit. Namaste. All right, my darlings. Let me see. Take a little time, and let's see, it's 7:30 now, so let's take 10 minutes. Meet back at 7:40.